Good morning. It's Tuesday, September 16th, 1925, still. And I haven't done my worst driving behaviors list in a while. So we're down to number two. And number two to me is lack of situational awareness. Most drivers, unfortunately, just stare ahead, at the car in front of them. That's the number one mistake people make as far as being aware of what's going on around them is just not looking far enough. So you should generally, in my opinion, of course, and from my experience, you should look as far as you can see. And other cues from traffic that's closer to you, you should pick up. Just naturally. You don't have to, stare at the car ahead of you to realize that he's braking. That's why you have brake lights and signals, that sort of thing. Another thing is that people really don't care what's behind them. Once they passed a car or something beside and next to the road, they just don't care. Now, when I was being taught how to drive when I was 16, um, the instructor that taught me, he kept repeating that you should look in your rear view mirror every few seconds, every 3 or every 4 seconds. Just give it a glance, just register in your brain what's going on around you. And it might seem kind of irrelevant, what's going to happen to you when you already passed traffic behind you, but it's really important. It will help you if there is an emergency on the road. If you know what's going on behind you and beside you, you have more options to react. You kind of know how close the next car behind you is and how hard you can brake. You can change lanes a little quicker, because you already know that you're aware that there is no traffic beside you, so you can just take a quick glance maybe. And if you're really looking in your mirror and around you every few seconds, you really know where everybody is on the road. So um, this is a sort of a dying, you know, art, if you would. Um, Not sure why. I don't know why we don't teach things like that to drivers anymore. To me, it's very important. I practice it all the time, and it does help. It does help. You know, all kinds of maneuvers, all kinds of close calls, and like I mentioned, emergency braking. So I do look in the mirror, maybe not every 3 seconds, but if I instinctively do something that becomes a habit. You don't have to think about it. Like most things in driving, you don't have to. If you really pay attention for a long time to what you do on the road, then these things become a habit. So you're aware of where you are on the road all the time. You're aware of the traffic around you, and most people just don't do it. Uh, my advice after 40 plus years of driving uh, all over the world, my advice is to practice that. Look in the mirror. Every at least 4 or 5 seconds, see what's beside you and around you. Sometimes you can see an approaching car behind you at a really high rate of speed, and if you just look in the mirror just to change lane and you didn't look at the traffic behind you before, you might not judge the speed of the car that's approaching you in the next lane correctly, and you might, create a situation where the collision is, possible. So that's my number two. We'll get to number one shortly, and happy driving.